So my name is Sandris Murins. I'm co-founder of Frankfurt-based token accelerator called Iconic Lab. So what we do, we go over the world, find the best startups, have a due diligence on them, fund them, and help them raise funds. And today I will talk about due diligence from our experience. So what kind of due diligence we make, and I think it's very very important before I start presentation to give some brief understanding what our team is. So we are 5 co-founders, and 3 of them are coming from private equity and VC industry, German based. So what our team is good on. So we are good on making German quality due diligence. And now I will tell you what kind of due diligence we do on selecting our first startups. The first startups we select 5 startups from 165. So basically, what we have a due diligence process in 15 stages. It's one thing. So it's very long one. So it's not a short one. The one thing. Second is we do due diligence not only before selecting, but we make due diligence when the teams are selected in the program, and as well we make due diligence after they finish our program, and this information we provide to our investor base. Third, we make a quite complex due diligence, so it means that we not only see the business model team, but we see a technology and market as well. So it's quite long. We do continuously, and it's type 2. So, and now I will tell you like 5 maybe the most important steps what every investor should before she or him make decision to buy that token. We would advise. The first thing is always see what kind of problem solves the token or proposed technology. Does it really solve some kind of pain in the market? This is like first red flag. If it doesn't solve the real problem, it may be bad decision to buy token. Second, always look for the team whether they have MVP and MVP blockchain based MVP. So if the team is not capable to produce MVP on the blockchain, so it's very good question whether they will be capable to provide a fully functional blockchain solution. Second, what we see, we evaluate teams, and it's for different kind of type of project. The different roles are important. First of all, what is important if you are choosing like basic tech things like protocol levels, blockchain levels, and framework levels, most probably the most important person is CTO. So then you are looking on CTO level, whether what's the reputation in coder community he or she has, because most probably in that business model, your basic clients will be other IT companies. So this is like very important. Then you are seeing what kind of credentials he or she has. So it's the best teams now in the market has capable to offer CTOs with PhD level, whether in cryptographics or artificial intelligence. If you're looking for different industry application level, then it's very very important is CEO. What is CEO? Whether CEO has good connections in particular industry, because what if you make some industry application, for example insurance, the most important thing is whether whether CEO can build network of participants or stakeholders around your solution. What else is important? So different kind of researches from innovation and creativity studies shows that it's very very important the team has some kind of previous experience in domain. So it's not a completely green one. So we are looking for the team has some kind of previous experience in industry what they are going to disrupt. So it shouldn't be too long, but at least there should be some kind of understanding what they are doing. Second thing for us is very, very important is go-to-market strategy. Whether we see what kind of whether a team has idea how to how to plan and how to implement the project. Why it's important? There is one important in the mind is that token market is very information sensitive market. So what does it mean? And it means that all information which team provides to the market absorbs in the pricing. So and then what you do, you see what is a team plan for the first year. What kind of information the team are able to provide to the market. Okay, what kind of on how far they will be with the product, how far they will be with pilot projects or proof of concepts, how many clients okay they will have. This is very 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 important before you decide to invest in the first year, because if you want to like a little bit make bigger returns on your investment, then it's very very important to see what kind of information the team is ready to provide. Second, of course, is Telegram channel. So if the team is not ready to provide traction, and if you don't see the traction, which is from Telegram channel, if it's stagnating, then it's not good sign for the team and for the project, because whether team is not capable to create traction, or maybe there is no like community which would be interested to your solution. Next thing what we see whether is the legal and tax framework. So we see it's for us is important to understand what is lawyers and tax advisors for that company or startup. If there is no, there is again a red flag, because the most probably team is not understanding what kind of legal consequences they could be. So, because for example in Germany, it's German treats that most of ICOs should be regulated, and whether you should there is several regulations. There's regulations of securities and IPO, and there is regulations of utilities, and it has different kind of logics and different consequences. And for investors, is most scariest thing is when the team do the things not recognizing legal consequences, and maybe in 2 or 3 years it will be shut down by regulator, and then as you as investor lose a lot of money. Second is regarding tax things. Again, in most probably in most cases you will need to pay taxes if you issuing utility token. For example, in Germany, it's a high probability that you will be VAT payer. Next thing, what we are looking for the team is whether they have clear path or clear understanding on listing exchanges. Because what we learn so far, it's very important. On better exchanges, you list yourself. Better is the opportunities that your token will increase in volume. And you need to not to provide the answer, not your after ICO, but during ICO. So this means that always we look about what kind of listing plans team has. You can, as investor, you can follow different kind of things. There is different ICO and list and rating agencies, but there should be very good warning signals. But there are ICO listing agencies which charge money from to be listed. So therefore, it's always tricky how objective they are. Then, of course, you can see different community channels. You can go and see what's going on in their Telegram channel, how active the discussion is, how maybe fake it is, whether there is a huge number of bots, and etc. So this at least gives you some kind of feeling what's happening in the project. And the first, of course, is different kind of expert analysis. It's like Smith and Krohn, CoinDesk, and we do the same thing. Maybe we will a little bit different from all others, because we are on the same boat as investors. So we are as the first lead token buyers. So we always have the similar risk to other investors. know that we have skin in the game. And always, if you have a situation when you can share with some risk as investor with some co-investors, I think it's a good sign because it means it's at least somebody is ready to risk his or her own. How we see a future? We see that the regulations are coming all over the world. There is a more and more attempts to make more and more securities type of tokens in the market. One thing, there is no doubt that there is the trend of will be more and more professional exchanges, and it will be pushed mostly by regulators. For example, German regulator uh, uh, clearly stated that any illegal exchange will be closed in Germany, and the people who will do it will be put in jail. So there is a huge. This year is a huge demand to do things legally clear and legally correct one. That's one thing, and of course, this is the year when a lot of KYC and AML procedures appears. So with KYC and AML, it's very important to start if you are a startup to do it much faster because your different banks have different procedures, and it has different kind of impact on your ICO campaign. So, for example, there is banks which allow you to do about 50,000 euros only KYC, and then there is banks which do from zero, and there is big difference at the end of the results. Because KYC, at least at that moment, is very good, is very big killer. So so not all people are going through. So, clear regulations. This year will be more and more. You will see that not only regulations are happening regarding securities, but as well as will be different between securities and utility tokens. This particularly is hot debate in Germany. Of course, there will be more high quality ICOs because there is more and more professional ICO underwriters appearing, not in both in the United States and in Europe. And we see that there is trends that we are start talking all together in order to be more to rule some kind of guidance and guidelines. For example, we are one of those who initiated in Germany to make ICO consortium, which would set up standards. How ICO companies and ICO underwriters and ICO advisors should behave. So because we all are in the same boat and we don't want to destroy this market with unethical practices. Higher level of transparency. There's a lot of projects which do this year. So, for example, Sentiment and we as well. So it means that there will be more and more and more market, which will be more transparent for investors. And there is always ongoing talks. There will be a lot of institutional money, step by step coming to the top market. Mostly this year, it seems that there is a huge interest for family offices, and we will hope that in 6 or 12 months, the VCs can join the game as well, because they have different legal procedures which they should change in order they could buy and participate in the open market. Shortly about us, so we are Frankfurt-based, decentralized venture capital club, which is empowered by global ICO accelerator program. So what does it mean? So it means that we select best ICOs on the world. We make heavily due diligence, and around us we create some investor community. And as also, let's say this investor community is like club of investors who has privileged rights, and mostly they have privileged rights to invest in start tokens in the early stage with discounts. So far we have 18,000 community members in Telegram. We have 7,000 media mentions. We have in bench we have 4.6 rating, and we have received in first 2 batches. We have at that moment we have received around 400 applications of different styles. And we are with this application we are industry agnostic, so we get from different kind of industries, starting from finance, AI, gaming, and etc. And as well, we are receiving from almost any like continent. So it's our own thing. So we expect that we will have close the year with 6 million new revenues. So our internal commitment that we will fund startups up to 1 million this year. So we are going to raise 16 million for our own funds, and 70% of all shares are owned particularly by employees. So far, we raised 2 million in private rounds, public pre-sales. We have launched accelerator program in Frankfurt. We have finished the first batch, and I will tell later on. At the end of in September, we are launching program in New York, and in November, we will launch in Singapore. And we have one big private equity investor or shareholder, which is FinTech, FinLab, FinLab AG, which is the biggest VC and fintech incubator in Germany and one of the biggest in Europe, and it's public listed company. So what does it mean? So it means we are set it to very high standards, almost as public listed company. So how our process works? So we have a startup application process. Every startup can apply in our program through F6S platform. Then we have a due diligence process. Takes around 1 to 2 months. So we are repeatedly interview. We collect documents. We make background checks. Then we provide 12 weeks service package. So it means service package is money, coaching, mentors, roadshows, and connection to legal services and legal providers and smart contract providers, as well as we connect to our investor network. So we provide seed funding up to 200,000 euros for startups. We provide them access to our club, investor club access, so that they have much easier to raise their pre-sales. We have a huge expert network, and we provide business development, legal guidance, and global roadshows. So shortly, so we have first batch was 5 companies out of 65, 165 companies, and you see how it's how due diligence process worked on our stage. So we selected 5 companies. First company what we selected is based global. So it's a Berlin-based smart ticketing company. Then we have a Wunder. It's from Belgium. They're creating distributed, decentralized infrastructure for digital art, so that everybody can create galleries, museums, and patronage opportunities for digital art, for movies, videos, online installations, and etc. Then we have Topple, which is a company which is has a stand here. You will find when you enter, and it's Topple is a company which building blockchain solution, which allows everybody in the developed world invest in small and medium enterprises in developing countries like Uganda and Africa. Then we have Brain Cities. They are building artificial blockchain solution for artificial intelligence. They would like to decentralize all process of artificial intelligence. And we have a Frankfurt-based company, Vreo, which is a company which build marketplace, blockchain-powered marketplace for advertising in video games.